New on Curiosity Stream. Are we close to building machines that are almost human? And can new technology give us superpowers? Find out on Super Sapiens. And in 1919, a British composer wrote the longest and most complex symphony in history. Conductors tried to perform it, but failed, declaring it cursed. Now a group of musicians will attempt the impossible, if they dare, on Curse of the Gothic Symphony. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Last night, I was reading in bed when my husband started massaging my shoulders. You know what that means. So I quickly said, I'm way too tired for sex, babe. And he said, we only have sex like once a week. You're always so tired. And it really got me thinking, how often are married couples supposed to have sex? So I Googled it, naturally. And that's when I found The Relatable Report. It's a free resource for married couples, and it delivers research-backed relationship advice to your inbox every Friday. Check it out and sign up at relatablereport.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Teaming up with Mary's Place. We're doing Kicks for Kids. Yep. Doing it again because we got to get them kicks on those kids' feet. They're going back to school. They want new sneakers. We got to get that done.
And shout out to all the great rockaholics that have been donating, including a great friend to the show, BJ. Remember Sandra, Free to Be Me?
Oh,
donated some money to Kicks for Kids, which is very cool.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Also awesome is Wendy, in honor of Mel Miller, donated $300. Woo! And then a lot of Kimberly, $269. We talked about it earlier, part of the 69 crew. It's just great. We had a goal last year of like $15,000. We ended up more than doubling it. Over $36,000 was raised for Kicks for Kids. So this year, man, we're going big. We're hoping that we're going to raise $40,000. So every donation, every dollar helps.
That's awesome, man. You want to, and like Steve said, anything helps. Just go to KISW.com to donate today.
Let's play B-Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. B-Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! B-Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, but it's Wednesday, so there'll be a whacking instead.
Whack it.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then.
All right.
Woo!
Whack it.
And Steve, earlier you were Mr. Wacky.
That's right.
You whacked a nice lady named Casey.
It's 50th birthday for Casey.
It was her 50th birthday, and she mentioned that she had a twin.
Yes.
A twin named Cricket.
We know Cricket.
Yes, Cricket's an amazing person on Twitter who will send pictures of animals to BJ.
Fellow Pearl Jam fan.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. But I guess I could have asked her because we've got Cricket on the line.
Oh, hey, Cricket.
Cricket, are you there?
Hey, guys.
Nice.
This is a twin battle, man.
Yeah, taking on twins for Beat Migs.
So far, I'm 1-0. Let's see if I can sweep it.
All right, then. Well, get out of here.
Yes.
For those playing at home, Cricket will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Cricket, you can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
The flag of Egypt has 3 equal horizon bands that are red, white, and what other color?
Black.
Yes. How many Oscars has Halle Berry won?
1.
Yes. What is the capital of Germany?
Munich.
No.
Hamburg.
No.
Pass.
What phenomena keeps the planets in orbit around the sun?
Pass.
What year of the early 2000s did the first Shrek movie come out?
1, 2, 3.
1, yes. What kind of blood type is known as the universal donor?
O positive.
No.
O negative.
Yes. Who directed the 2005 movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Tim Burton.
Yes. What is the name of the little boy in the book Where the Wild Things Are?
Pass.
Who plays Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 correct.
All right, not bad. Not bad at all.
Pretty good score there. Decent score there. And, I mean, I don't want to cause any rifts in the old twinning stuff there, but you did get one more than your twin. So that's maybe something that you can lord over Casey over there if you want to.
Well, Cricket, who was born first? You or Casey?
I already lord over her. I'm 4 minutes older than she is.
There we go. That's
4 minutes older.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
You ever tell her about those times before she existed, those 4 minutes?
Man, they're so much better for those 4 minutes without you.
Yeah, right. Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do this. The flag of Egypt has 3 equal horizontal bands that are red, white, and what other color?
Blue?
No.
Black?
Yes. How many Oscars has Halle Berry won?
0.
No.
1.
Yes. What is
Monster?
the Monsters Ball?
Oh, that's
yeah.
Yep.
What is the capital of Germany?
Germany City?
No.
Berlin?
Yes.
Oh.
What phenomena keeps the planets in orbit around the sun?
Phenomena. Gravity?
Yes. What year of the early 2000s did the first Shrek movie come out?
Early 2000s. 2001.
Yes. What kind of blood type is known to be the universal donor?
O negative.
Yes.
Type O negative, baby.
Yep. Who directed the 2005 movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Tim Burton.
Yes. What is the name of the little boy in the book Where the Wild Things Are?
Elmo.
No.
Aw. Herbie?
No.
Dennis.
No. Who plays Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You win 8-6.
Sorry, Cricket.
Oh.
Yeah.
Son
Berlin.
of a bitch.
Yeah, there you go. Happy birthday, Cricket. Happy 50th.
Happy 50th. That's
Thanks, guys.
There she goes. Berlin and gravity got to her.
Yeah.
Did I win 8-6 in the first game, too?
No, it's 8-5. Oh. She squeaked up, but see, that's why I say she has a little bit of a better record than her twin, so she can lord that over, again, also with the 4 minutes before.
Dude, that would have been so trippy if I won both of them the same score.
Right, I know.
Twins.
So actually, it was better that you beat you beat her by a better score than you beat her sister.
True.
So you kind of did do it the way they were born.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Does anybody know the name of the little boy in Where the Wild Things Are?
I do not.
Max.
Max!
Ah, dang it. That's such an easy name to remember.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yep. Congratulations, Steve, on your win.
Thank you.
Good job, Stevie.
Thank you.
There's a woman that went on Facebook recently and said that her husband complained that she packed too much for trips, which I would imagine a lot of spouses say that about the other spouse. It feels like there's always one that packs like a crazy person and the other one doesn't bring that much. I'm that one in our relationship. I bring way too much stuff, and Kathy's like, what are you doing?
Oh, my wife and I are equal. She packs a ridiculous amount of stuff. Too much. I just pack a lot of stuff. So we both do overpack, though. And we
you're
always
both
laugh.
overpackers. Nice.
Oh, yeah, dude. We always laugh about it. I'm like, I don't know why I'm bringing a dress shirt. I don't ever wear a dress shirt. Like, we're just going to be randomly invited to some, like, fancy-ass, like, soiree while we're in Hawaii or something
You
like
never
that.
know. You just never
don't.
know.
Right.
That's what my mind says.
Right. I don't need all these shoes. I'm just going to wear flip-flops the entire time that I'm there. And then I know we just talked about this, though, about the underwear. Underwear is a big one for us.
Yeah, you got to bring a lot of underpants.
Yeah, I told you guys though, and then I told you if you went the ex officio way, you wouldn't need to bring a lot of underwear. Ex officio is amazing for that. Oh, love them.
I even bring my pair of ex officio, but I only wear them once because, you know.
Well, that's like, why even buy them at that point?
I didn't buy them. They sent it to us for free once.
That's what they're used for. They're amazing. Oh, they're the best thing ever. They dry so quickly, and you just, whatever. We talked about it. She wants to know what people thought was acceptable for 7 days away. So here's her list of what she packs for a 7-day vacation. 7 tops seems reasonable. You got 7 days. Mm-hmm. 7 t-shirts. Well, you got to, if you wear them under the tops, maybe, or
maybe during the day you're doing some fun stuff. So you're wearing a t-shirt, but you don't need to dress up. And then later on at night, you plan on going out for some dinner or some drinks. So then you need some different outfits.
Now, here's where I disagree with her, because if you know where you're going, now, if you don't know the weather, because she packs 7 pants and 7 shorts, and I feel like you've got to mix it up, because if you know you're going like to Hawaii, you really don't need pants. Maybe you bring 1 to 2 pair at most. Because where are you going? Unless the restaurant you go to might be too cold and you want to pay. But otherwise, you got to figure that out. You can't bring 7 of shorts and 7 pants. You got to figure one or the other.
So long as you can fit it in your luggage and it stays under 50 pounds, who am I to tell you what to do?
Basically,
well,
or as in my wife and I relationship, like she will take some of her stuff and just shove it into my suitcase because I don't hit the 50-pound mark, and she's always hovering at like 49, 51 pounds.
So well, she's the overpacker out of the two of you if she's at 50. That's overpacking.
Yeah, it might be, but whatever. Doesn't cost us any
you
extra.
said you both were overpackers, but if you're not doing 50 pounds, Steve, you're not really an overpacker.
I'm a solid 41er. I'd say.
All right, you're close.
Yeah.
You're close.
Yeah, I'm definitely right around 40 pounds.
I feel better about myself because I don't think I hit 40 much when I go. And I thought, well, then I bring multiple suitcases. That's why.
Oh, this is all in just one. Yeah, I don't bring multiple suitcases.
Yeah, I do.
I don't even bring a carry-on.
Yeah. Oh, I bring the carry-on too. Yeah. 10 socks. Ooh, 10 socks. See, again, well, yeah, I suppose. I don't have, I had some ex officio socks, but I still like to bring like regular socks.
Why? Why can't you just wash those too, BJ?
Well, I mean, it depends on where I'm going. If I'm going to I'm going by be out in the bush, I'm going on one of those Peru trips, then yeah, I'll do the ex officio socks and I'll wash those too. Because I'm not going to any fashion things.
Plus, those ex officio socks don't have Captain America wings on them.
That's true, they don't.
Yeah. Dude, so if it's like socks and underwear, I have 2 for each day. Because you just never know what's going to happen.
Oh, so she would love her. She packs 14 underwear because she's going to be there for 7 days. 5 pajamas. I mean, all you need really is 1 if you bring any.
Yeah, I will bring 1 pair of like pajama pants and a white T-shirt. And I hardly ever use the white T-shirt. It's just just in case.
Just something to wear in the hotel room before you go to bed.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
3 swimming suits. I guess, look, if you're fashion conscious, sure, I can understand why you'd want to have a different look. But I mean, to me, I bring
2's
the 1
enough.
suit.
I would say you need more than 1 if you're planning on staying somewhere like Hawaii, because I hate that next day when your swimsuit isn't dry all the way and you try to put it back on.
Yeah.
It's just
good call.
No, so at least 2.
Yeah, unless of course you get the ex officio swimsuit.
And to go back to the socks one for me, it's just I like if we're going to go out at night, fresh pair of socks. I want that fresh pair of underwear and fresh pair of socks that have the second part of our day going.
You realize that all these things that you like to do with your multiple showers, your multiple clothes, you're probably you're killing the trees.
Oh, that's fine.
You're killing the environment. You know what? I mean, I thought you were carbon friendly. I'm now labeling you carbon unfriendly.
What are trees when fashion's involved?
Yeah, those trees would wear me in a heartbeat if they could.
No, yeah, they would.
Visual right there. No, man.
Though they're all named Bill, Buffalo Bill, the tree. I'd like to wear you, Steve, for what you've done to me. This woman brings her own. She brings a shower towel, a swim towel, and a beach towel.
I don't bring any towels.
Yeah, they
have towels. They have all those. That's
the fun of it.
And that just seems like taking up more space in your luggage.
You shouldn't have gone on Facebook, miss. You're going to lose this. She also brings a coat, hoodies, shoes, sandals. She calls them flip-flips, which I think are flip-flops, right?
Flip-flips.
She brings toiletries. And, she does this for each person on the trip. Oh, damn. I thought she just did this for herself. She does this for each person. She packs for everybody.
I hope she isn't like in the Brady Bunch or something like that, or has 5 kids.
Though I have to be honest, if she wants to do all that packing for me, it is cool to have that kind of variety. I just don't want to have to be the one to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The towel one is kind of weird, though.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people think 14 pairs of underwear is a lot. So, Steve, I'm afraid you lose out on that one.
No,
people thought 14's a lot.
I'm on board for that
Same.
one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, you two are. You don't like the environment. Okay, fine. Good. That's great. You know what? I knew that about you both. Well, it is time for listeners on the loose. You trees, call in. Tell Steve you want to wear him. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What do you want to talk about? Whatever it is, we got your calls, we got your texts. We'll do that at 9:19 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by the Washington State Department of Licensing. Listeners on the Loose. Yeah, you get to pick the topic. You get to guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. And whatever it is you want to talk about, make sure that Steve's rules are being followed.
It's a simple rule, BJ. It's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you and then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone said yesterday you guys were talking about neck fans, like those neck coolers that we were mentioning.
Oh, right. Yeah, because I got my Arctic cooler yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
it got mailed to me.
Did you work it out?
Yeah. It's, it does what it blows air.
It blows air.
Yeah, it blows air. It's kind of cool.
It's not as good as you thought it was going to be.
I really, it's going to be something. It'll help. But, I was really hoping for something more, and I should have realized, it's not,
A lot of people said that you should get a ceiling fan, and you do the reverse direction, and that'll help bring the cool air out.
Yeah, I thought about that. Yeah, I wondered if that would help out. I'm looking into it.
Okay. Well, let's get back to the neck fan, because this person said, I wanted to let you know I got one over the weekend, and it's great. It's the best invention ever. Best part of it is when you have it on, you're sweaty. When you have it on while you're sweaty, it cools the sweat down, so it feels like constant cold water running down your face.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
All right.
What if that's like the thing now? We're going to just see people in the summers with these like weird looking like neck things on them that are coolers for their face.
Yeah, I hope it's okay. I remember there was something, I don't know, Legionnaire's disease or some kind of sickness you could get because you were letting your sweat get too cold and be on your body. I don't know if that's I forget what it was. I don't know if it's Legionnaire's disease or something, but you got to be careful about letting cold sweat stay on you, apparently. I don't know. But yeah, it sounds like it sounds like a great invention. They say your neck is where your body regulates temperature. So if you're ever really hot, you should put some sort of cold something on the back of your neck and you'll feel relief quickly.
It was the feet holding the heat, right? In the head as well. Is it the feet?
Well, that's what you want to keep your head and feet. Yeah, you want to keep your head and feet warm because that's where it escapes.
Yeah,
the heat will escape. Yeah, but they say the neck is like your thermostat. And so if you're feeling really hot, you take a cold towel and put it around your neck, and you'll feel relief quicker than if you try to do it anywhere else in your body.
Oh,
that's what I heard from an expert. And whether or not they know what they're talking about.
Somebody want to know, what is our favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday?
Does anybody have to guess at Danny's?
Oh, it's easy. Labor Day.
Yeah, of course. Oh, I thought it was Arbor Day.
That too.
They're really close together. I really like the trees, so
Yeah. Yeah,
it's Halloween for Danny.
Thank you. Yes, Halloween.
I think we've talked about this before. Let's see if we remember. Do we all remember each other's favorite holidays?
All right, BJ's is Flag Day.
Yeah,
we don't meet because of Sheldon. You know what I mean? Fun with flags.
Man, I feel like everybody but Danny is probably Christmas.
I thought you were Thanksgiving.
I am.
See?
That's what I was trying to swerve you, and you were on to me, Vicky.
I know you do well.
I'm definitely Christmas, and I forgot Steve is Thanksgiving, so thank you for that, Vicky, because I would have said Christmas.
Yep.
But I honestly don't know Rev. I can't remember if Rev is Christmas or not.
I think his is May the 4th.
Yeah, because it's also his birthday.
Yeah, you actually called it 100%. Yeah. When
That's
my birthday falls on Star Wars Day, it works out.
It's not really a holiday, though.
Get out!
It's a holiday.
My birthday is a holiday.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And I know, I thought they were talking about the major holidays.
I think
I just said holiday.
BJ, I think you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So, Rev, do you have a major holiday favorite outside of your birthday? May the 4th be with you.
Nope.
Really? Okay, well, all right, there's that. And Vicky, are you Christmas? Is it Christmas for you?
I mean, I really love Halloween, but there's a lot of pressure. But I love Christmas music, the snow, the wrapping of the presents. I love every single part of it, even the parts that people hate. I love it. So I think Christmas has to be number one.
Even the arguing amongst family, because that's how I connect. That's probably why I don't like Christmas. I don't hate Christmas, but Christmas was always a chore growing up because it was just like, okay, it's awesome that we get presents. But then after we get presents, we get to go around family and they all argue with each other. So it's kind of like, is it worth it for the presents?
Well, like at some point, our family got...
The answer is yes, of course.
At some point, our family got way too big. There's 17 of us cousins, 18 now with my little brother who just got adopted. So there's just no room to have all the cousins, plus the parents and maybe boyfriends and girlfriends. So we just stopped having Christmas parties a long time ago. So I never really had that. It was just fun. We'd cook at home. Because we always have Christmas dinner on Noche Buena, the 24th.
Noche buena.
Good night, the good night, and yeah, it was just us. It was perfect.
As I've gotten older, I think Christmas Eve now has become a better. I get more excited about because that's the one where we like. Now I'm around my wife's family and they don't argue like my family does, so it's like a lot more fun to be around family. And that's the day where everyone just like it's all the bells and whistles, all the food. I just like any holiday that involves eating like a mass amount of food. BJ, clearly.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. If you like Thanksgiving, you're going to love Christmas Eve. That makes sense.
But I'm pretty pumped for this Christmas because I get to Tatum's going to be a little bit more aware of what's going on. And, last year it was more just like,
oh, yeah.
You'd rip the box for her and then she'd kind of pull it and then she got bored of it.
Lost interest.
There wasn't much going on for her where she was like that excited about Christmas. I think this year it's going to be a bigger deal.
Yeah, because she'll be 2.
She will be 2, yes.
Yeah, okay.
She turns 2 just a couple weeks before Christmas.
Hopefully she won't be terrible. I mean, hopefully
she's already warming us up for that, BJ. Don't worry about it.
Nice.
Oh, is she ahead of her time? She ahead of the curve?
It depends on the day, but yes.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Today she woke up just randomly at 3 a.m. That never happens. She usually sleeps through the night. She's crying and screaming, maybe even a little bit earlier than that. My wife goes in, tries to put her back down, still crying and screaming. So my wife's like sitting there in the chair in the baby's room. And she slides off of her and just walks out of the room and goes to our like kind of office where we have books, like all the children's books and the books I never read. And she grabs one of her books and in the dark just sits there and pretends to be reading the book. And we're like, I guess she just woke up with a hankering to read.
Wow, that's interesting, man. Like the thing. You want to know what's going on in her head. Like, what are you doing?
Right? Because I wake up and I'm like, where's my wife? And then I go and I'm like, why do I hear our child talking? Like she's like making sounds, not really talking, and then there she is just sitting on my wife's lap, just reading in the dark.
Oh, man.
Because why not?
Those wonderful moments where you go, great, you're being totally random. Thank you, child.
So I want to know, are any of you guys fans of horror films? And if so, what's your favorite horror film?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I think Rev and I are probably the closest in terms of, but I mean, I'm not like old school horror fans. I like all the newer ones. So like I enjoy all the remakes. And honestly, the one that I have to watch every year is Halloween, the Rob Zombie film.
I still haven't seen that one. I hear it's great. I haven't even seen the House of a Thousand Corpses. I'm not a horror film guy.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And there's to me, there's a lot of a difference between like horror, which is kind of like, old school killer, gore
like Jason,
type stuff.
Mike Myers, Freddy Krueger.
But then like my favorite ghost one is Paranormal Activity.
That's a good one.
But I don't know if you consider that horror.
Oh, yeah, it's 100% absolute horror.
Does it make people scream?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it's a genre of horror.
I don't know if it does. I haven't seen it.
It's a genre of horror, just like you could call zombie movies, horror movies in a way, but that's a genre. So, yeah, Paranormal Activity, I think, qualifies as horror, but it's definitely its own genre.
All right, Rev, what's your favorite then?
Man, that's a really big question on that. But I would have to go with the Nightmare on Elm Street. The first ones are so iconic. And I mean, even like literally Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors is probably the best iteration of them all. But they're all so much fun. Like, it's weird to call a horror movie fun.
No, but I agree with you, man. Like, now that you say that, like, I think of the fun horror films, like even Friday the 13th and those, like, there was something like, they were campy and they had scary moments. But then nowadays, they're like legit trying to scare the crap out of you, and I'm not down with that.
Yeah, I don't know if those movies hold up. Rev, you know more about those movies than I do. I'm afraid that a lot of those older movies don't hold up, which is why I'm not a horror fan, but I really appreciated this. And I'll give love to Army of Darkness. I could not do Evil Dead 1 and 2. It just wasn't. I don't know. It was so poorly made. But Army of Darkness
was part of the beauty of it, though.
I know. I mean, that people like that, but I really like that Sam Raimi got some money and did Army of Darkness. I give that number 2 on my list, but number 1 is another Sam Raimi film, and I love it because, like Steve said, it's funny and it's also scary. And Drag Me to Hell, and a lot of people don't know this movie.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah, it's my favorite horror movie, and if you haven't seen it, I mean, man. It is very, very entertaining.
For a recent one, I think A Quiet Place is a good one that people should check out. I haven't seen the sequel yet, but I really did like the first one.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. All I've seen is like a lot of previews and like clips and things of that nature. Someday I'm going to sit down and watch it. It's one of those movies like I really don't like. I got to be in the right, and I just haven't been in the right place. But nothing but good stuff I've heard about that movie.
No, again, I'm not a big horror movie guy, but I'd have to say my number 1 favorite, besides Friday the 13th and the campy ones, but is Saw. Saw is such
Saw is good.
That changed the game.
Saw is good.
It was, I mean, just the whole movie was great. Edge of your seat intensity, but the ending, it was just, I remember watching that. And we interviewed the only reason why I watched it was, again, I was like, I don't want to watch a horror film, but we were interviewing Carrie Elwes.
Oh, yeah, Elwes, yeah.
Yeah, he came in studio back when I worked at the old job, and I was like, I guess I should go see this movie. And when he came in, I swear, I was about ready to give him a lap dance. I'm like, do you not realize how great your movie is? He's like, this is too much for me. Would you like to play a game?
Oh, yeah. We've all been there where we've made the guests feel really ridiculously uncomfortable with our praise.
Oh, yeah, but he got a big kick out of it, though, because I'm like, I don't even like horror movies, and your movie was mind-blowing.
You pick the topic. You guide the show. It is Listeners on the Loose. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. More of your calls and more of your texts. We'll do that at 9:35 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety. 3M Science. Applied to life.
The world needed a safer trampoline. Dr. Keith Alexander, inventor of the Spring-Free Trampoline, wanted to bring the joy of trampolining to his daughter. His wife said they were too dangerous, so he invented his own. Spring-Free Trampoline is the world's safest trampoline, with no springs or hard edges. Now, parents can have peace of mind that their kids are outside jumping safely. To learn more, visit springfreetrampoline.com. Imagine if you could sell your home and get paid twice. With Orchard, you can. It's simple. Orchard makes you a cash offer on your home. If you accept it, here's your cash. Really? Then Orchard handles everything from there. Painting, repairing, listing, and showing your home. When it sells for more than Orchard paid you for it, you get to keep the profit. And Orchard has a near-perfect track record with winning customers that extra money. In today's competitive market, with so many real estate companies trying to lowball you, only Orchard pays you the upside when your old home sells for more. Ready to get paid twice for selling your home? Learn how at Orchard.com. It's the new way to home.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
It's got a Facebook request for a shout-out, BJ.
Oh, let's do it.
It says, good morning, dudes and dudettes. I'm able to listen live until just after the news. The finest. Thank you, The Migs Report, every morning. But when I get home, my daughter and I listen to the whole show on the podcast. She loves the sound bites that you all have and would love to hear a Hugh Jackman swimming sound bite. Her name is Isabel. Thank you, from Rory.
Oh, hi, Isabel.
That's a great song. I mean, if any song, it's better than Coco Melon. Is when
I agree.
Hugh Jackman sang this song.
I would swim a sea of human excrement.
Yes! And, you know, we have to give the backstory to that because we've had guests on the show who we've asked them to do some of their iconic stuff and they were just miserable. And, you know, and other times we've had guests that are miserable. So here it is early in the morning. Hugh Jackman's on the line. Steve makes this request of him to sing something he sang from the Oscars when he was hosting.
And it was because of Slumdog Millionaire. He was doing like a montage, like one of those melody, like montage songs where he's singing a little bit about all the big movies that were coming out or were up for an Academy Award. And one of them was obviously Slumdog Millionaire, where there's a scene where one of the kids like jumps or falls into like the an outhouse.
Yeah, basically, yeah, it was a horrible scene, and he sang different iconic moments from these movies that were up for an Academy Award, and so we love that. And Steve said, "Dude, I know it's early in the morning, but Hugh," and he was already great with the interview.
He was awesome,
and and Steve said, "Would you mind singing that?" And without even skipping a beat, he gave us,
I would swim a sea of human excrement.
Yes,
that's why I sound so pumped.
Yeah, it put a smile on our face. He was such a great guest, such a fun guy, and boy, everybody should go to the Hugh Jackman How to Do an Interview School is all I would say.
You know what the funny part is? I used to have the sound drop of him singing it at the Academy Awards. Somehow that got lost in the shuffle of the sound effects box. And I only have the version of him singing, which I'd much rather of the two.
Yeah.
One is probably could be found again. The other one is priceless.
It's totally priceless. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
And I'd like to say, he might be one of the biggest name guests that we've ever had.
I agree.
Because at the time, even now he's still a big name, but at the time, he was unstoppable. He was Wolverine and hosting or doing a big part of the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was that cool, that it was awesome. I'm trying to think who would be a bigger celebrity that we've had on our show.
Ooh, boy. That's
Rob
tough.
Schneider.
Yeah. That's a tough one, Steve.
Pauly
he was
Shore.
Yeah, he was one of the biggest ones we've had on.
We have someone, Alec Baldwin. That was kind of a big.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was fun.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin. By the way, give him credit. Was
he was
really
awesome.
good. He was. I was afraid because Alex sometimes can have an attitude depending upon the situation he's in, but he was great to us. Jim Parsons, when he was playing Sheldon, he was on the show. That's
Leonard Nimoy is a big one.
I still think Hugh Jackman's bigger than any of those.
I can't argue with that. As I'm
Daniel
thinking,
Craig, that was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
He's freaking James Bond.
Yeah, he's James Bond.
And he was cool.
Yeah, he was.
He didn't suck.
Was Patrick Stewart on, or am I thinking of William Shatner?
William Shatner was definitely on.
Yeah, I don't
remember Patrick Stewart. I almost got to interview Patrick Stewart, and somebody took that interview away from me because of reasons that were stupid, and I'm so upset about that. That would have been fantastic.
Seth Rogen,
and he was awesome. We talked about his weed.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. Well, and you guys talked about his weed, and us geeky people talked about what shows he would love to bring to TV, and he talked Preacher and The Boys way before they ever were on. So it's so awesome that we asked him, and then he made those dreams for us come true. So the weed and the geeky stuff for Seth Rogen really made him a fun guest.
Yeah, but I think you're right. Hugh Jackman might be the biggest one.
Yeah, I can't think of. We had Cher on way back in the day, but I don't know if she's as big.
I wanted that one last.
I'm trying to think of
we had Peter
big timers.
Chris too, BJ. If we're talking about, as far as the most epic meltdowns and hangups, those would be the top two.
Yeah, we had him on for like 45 seconds.
I just talked to somebody recently. I had lunch with a buddy of mine. Corrado, what's up? And he talked about a couple of the things he remembered from the show, and he brought that up. And I said, I said, to this day, I feel horrible because it was one of Steve's favorite dudes. I said, I wish I could go back and fix that just so that Steve could have a conversation with the guy.
Here's the thing, though, BJ. And you got to remember, I'm from the camp of whenever I tell the story about Billy Joel, everyone's like, man, that's a traumatic experience. I'm like, no, it's the greatest. It's way better than ever getting an autograph or even if cell phones existed back then, a picture of Billy Joel. I got a lifetime story of the time that Billy Joel told me to F off. No different than, look, I love Peter Chris, but if we just had a normal interview with him, it would probably be like one of those ones that was awesome. We got to talk to one of my favorite members of one of my favorite bands. But having him hang up on us, then you can't. That's incredible. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
I feel bad how it all worked out, but looking back on it, I'm sure he doesn't remember, nor does he care. He's probably laughing on his way all the way to the bank. But it was such a comedy of errors that led to that. It's no different than Reggie Jackson. When we had him on, I grew up, idolizing Reggie Jackson. He couldn't be more annoyed with any of our. I think he maybe tolerated one of our questions. Yeah, every other question, he seemed so annoyed with us.
I was so frustrated with that interview. It's like, why are you doing interviews? Because clearly you're an a-hole. It's just, what's the point? You sound like an old crusty idiot. It's what I love about Hugh Jackman is just you're right, he's the biggest, but it brings back memories of people that just went over the top and did some really nice things for us. Mm-hmm. I remember Sarah was having a tough time because probably we were moving her all over the place. And when Billie Piper, who a lot of people may not know, but she played Rose Tyler in Doctor Who, and she was also the Secret Diary of the Call Girl, which was great. But yeah, Billy Piper's, basically wished Sarah a happy birthday, and it was one of Sarah's favorite people on television. It was really kind of her to do that.
Yeah.
So that's what you really appreciate when we're in our business, we're doing what we're doing. They're selling what they're selling, a movie or a book or a TV show. We get that, and we want to help them out. But they still go over the top to give you a really nice experience. And it doesn't happen as much as you think it should when you think about the money they make and the lives they have. But Hugh Jackman, you're right, Steve, the biggest and the best, really.
So I want to know, did you guys ever interview Stan Lee? I know I did when I worked at the end, because we got him to talk, do a little hey, this is the band Peter Parker and I'm Stan Lee. It was like one of those silly little.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow. I told him that my band's name was Peter Parker at the time, and he got a big kick out of that, which was cool because then I had proof that he wouldn't sue us.
Yeah, nice, good call. I never did, because comics and the Marvel movies hadn't really happened, and then when they started happening, you didn't see a whole lot of opportunity to interview Stan. He got bigger, and he got older, and he got bigger, and I never got to interview him in my career, so that saddens me, because of course I love Marvel comics, so it never happened for me on the radio, and I don't know if I ever interviewed him at a convention. I don't have a memory of doing so. Vicky almost got to meet him, at least with me, but we didn't want to bother the guy, and he was really super busy. So yeah, that never happened. Yeah,
he was super nice. I don't remember much other than that one part, but he was super nice.
I haven't heard a bad thing about Stan Lee when he did interviews. He was always really cordial and kind to people. Yeah.
Someone just texted in. It's actually our buddy Nick, who does the custom Funko Pops. He said, "Hey, it's Nick, the custom Funko Pop guy. I'm in the process of making you guys."
Ooh, what?
It says BJ's hairline is so unique, though. I had to find the right figure to start with, because what he does is he'll find an old a Funko Pop that he thinks will work for whoever it is that he's making a custom one of, because he does ones for random people, celebrities. His work is impeccable. And then he has to try and make that, whatever Funko Pop it is, morph it with glue and paint and whatever to turn into,
cool,
to make it look like the person that he's decided to turn it into. He doesn't start from scratch. He starts from a Funko Pop and reimagines them. It's a pretty cool process.
I am sorry about that, Nick. I really should be bald, really, but I just don't want to have to maintain it. I just cut it down as low as I can, and then it grows back in, and the same thing.
And I'm sorry,
my hairline's whack.
I know my hairline's a little difficult to find a Funko Pop that looks like this.
I know, right?
So out of the ordinary, this hair.
Yeah, you're right. You'll never find a bald Funko guy, so this is horrible stuff.
Oh, that's exciting, though. We're all going to have Funko Pops.
Right? It's the next best thing to Funko doing it for me, so thank you, Nick. I look forward to seeing this.
Yeah, Nick does good work.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Vicky, you are laughing and snizzing, so I'm thinking, what are you doing over there?
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to think what celebrity would match us the most for a Funko Pop. And I found one, and I'm like, oh, that kind of looks like Danny, and it's Morrissey.
The singer Morrissey?
I guess.
Morrissey from The Smiths.
I am looking at it, and the hairstyle is pretty much
right.
That is Danny's hair. He wouldn't have to do anything to change it.
No, just put him in black.
Yeah,
just change the pants. Yeah,
just paint it all black, and then I found Danny.
Wow, it totally
That is so Danny right there. Wow.
And you need to grow your hair out a little bit, BJ, and kind of part it to the side. You could be Mr. Rogers.
Aw.
Yeah, he needs to be. Yeah, you're right. I'd be a good Mr. Rogers.
He does change his shoe every day when he comes into the studio.
That is very true. He comes in with a certain pair and wears his in-studio pair.
Yeah,
that's right.
Does anybody know that?
It's a beautiful day in the studio neighborhood.
Have we talked about that?
I don't think we have.
You never? I thought we had a couple of times.
A long time ago, but I think it's worth broaching again since Danny was so nice to bring it up.
It just reminded me.
BJ comes into work with a pair of shoes on, but then changes them during the show.
I have a pair of sneakers that I really like, and I have some arch supports in there since I have really flat feet, and so I love these sneakers. But I remember we went out one time on I don't know if it was a meeting or a lunch or a dinner, and one of the big bosses made fun of me and said, "Really, you're going around with these? We're going to a nice restaurant, and this is what's going to happen." So I said, "Okay." So that's why I always bring in a nice pair of shoes to wear to work, but I like to get into my sneakers when I'm working. So that's how I started that whole habit, because somebody shamed me.
It's a beautiful day.
Wah, wah, wah.
You need to change your sweater every day.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That can happen.
And be nice.
Wow, that's true.
We got a nice text. Someone said, can we just give a quick shout out for my friend Ryan? He just had his gallbladder removed yesterday, and he's in so much pain he can't listen to you guys because you guys are too funny and it hurts him to laugh.
Give it out a shout.
Thanks a bunch from his friend. P.S. He doesn't know I'm doing this, but he will find out when he plays the podcast back. So, Ryan, hopefully it's a quick recovery.
Don't say anything funny, though, please.
Right, and farewell, gallbladder.
Farewell gallbladder.
Yes.
That's that. Yeah.
Bye, bladder.
All right. We go a touching tribute.
As my daughter would say, see ya.
Oh, your daughter's now into the see ya? She's into see ya?
That's amazing.
You got to get that on video.
I'm always leaving when she does it. So she's always like, see ya. And she only does it to me. Although if now she sees planes go by or trucks or whatever, she says goodbye to them all the time. Or leaves fly by. She's like, bye-bye. I'm just like, it's pretty funny.
That is awesome. She's very courteous.
But then when I come home, she starts yelling "Pipa" because she doesn't know how to say pizza.
Oh.
But she loves pizza. Like, she's obsessed with so she calls it Pipa.
Oh,
so
wow.
Every time I come home, she thinks I'm bringing home mod pizza. Because that's why a couple of times I've done that. And so, like, when my wife will tell me...
I'm the same way. Pipa!
She'll hear the garage open, and she just starts stomping her feet, go, Pipa. And then I come in and I disappoint her. So she's learning already that her father's a disappointment.
Yeah, well, you might as well get it. Start her early.
Yeah,
Start her early.
She's joined your side.
Hooray!
She will. My wife will get the mod pizza. She'll eat half, if not more than half, of my wife's pizza.
I was going to say, oddly enough, I do that to my girlfriend, too. The minute I hear her coming up the stairs, pizza.
You wonder why kids have a hard time, like, thinking the world doesn't revolve around them. I mean, what a magical world where they just go, hey, this is happening. You're bringing me this and you're bringing me this. And that's their expectation. They're bringing me this. Oh, man, that's great.
She's going to be so sorely disappointed when she finds out that my job is not pizza delivery, man.
Yes, I'm sorely disappointed that that's not your job. All right, we got a big question that needs to be answered. Ryan Castle, of course, is he's out, and Taryn Daly is filling in for him. So here's the big question of the day. What did Taryn Daly and Wolverine have in common? Oh, that was interesting. We talked about Hugh Jackman. I'll tell you at 9:51 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What did Taryn Daly and Wolverine have in common?
I think they both thrive when Hugh Jackman is involved.
Yes. Yeah, I think a lot of people thrive when Hugh Jackman's involved.
I'm getting warm just thinking about him right now.
Wow.
Got that deep V.
Hugh Jackman. Did you hear Hugh Jackman's song that he once sang for us on the air?
No.
Well, one time he sang this to us on the air.
I would swim a sea of human excrement.
Yes.
There you go. Nothing but the best for us.
That's fantastic.
But that's not what you guys have in common.
No.
Well,
unfortunate.
Yeah. Looks like Hugh Jackman has no intention of playing Wolverine again. He was in a recent interview, and Hugh said, quote, "Yeah, there's nothing in my inbox from Marvel boss Kevin Feige." And he's like, that means probably no matter what idea I came up with, not on the table. He says, it's still a character I hold close to my heart, but I know it's done. Hard to believe it's been 20 years. I think X-Men came out 2001-ish. So is it 20 years ago that we first saw him play Wolverine? If I'm not mistaken, I think that's it.
2000.
Oh, okay.
2000.
So 21 years ago. I think after 21 years, you're probably like, maybe. Though I still think he probably could be jacked enough to make it happen. Wow. So, well, too bad, Hugh. I guess we got to get another Wolverine. Taryn won't feel the same way about him, though.
Nope, it's not going to be the same.
No. Taryn does have a 12-pack. That's up next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
Move the pop machine to the back patio.
Oh, yeah.
Pop.
Oh, you thought you were saying pot machine.
No, pop.
I was like, wow.
Dude, when I grew up on the East Coast, I only called it soda, and I didn't know people called it pop until I moved out here, and I was working at Puget Power, which is now PSC. I was in the mailroom, and I remember it was like my first day on the job, and the lady's like, would you like me to go get you some pop in the pop machine? And I'm like, man, Washington is cool. You guys have a pop machine?
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. Can I leave things off of a bankruptcy, like my car?
You have to list all of your assets and creditors when you file bankruptcy. So you would have to tell the court and the trustee that you have the car or that you have a car loan. You could say that I want to keep my car and continue to make my payments on the car. But the court will need to know that you have a car and that you may have a payment on the car. So by leaving it off the bankruptcy, if you mean that you cannot disclose it to the court, the answer to that is no, you must disclose it. However, that does not mean that you'll lose those assets. You'll be able to keep things like a car and a house in almost all cases, but you must disclose them to the court. But you'll need to continue to make payments on a house or a car that you intend to keep.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Want to create a lifetime of memories this spring? Do you remember the joy of jumping as a child? If only there was a way your own kids could experience that same joy safely. Spring Free Trampoline has been engineered to eliminate 90% of product-related injuries. The Spring Free design boasts no springs and a flexible enclosure and proudly offers a 10-year warranty. That's peace of mind. Lock in your ultimate backyard safe space before summer arrives. Visit springfreetrampoline.com. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety. 3M Science, applied to life.